Williams old car break down. We called in an AR, we ordered an X-car and installed a new driver. With 33 passengers from the party, we gave him a maxi taxi, fitted with mag wheels, tape deck, computer, air conditioned 8-cylinder. With posh new fittings, this maxi car arrived. Then it started to swerve and nosedive. It took a year for passengers to realize. They say
the new
driver cannot drive, he cannot maneuver.
Good afternoon, folks.
Good afternoon, all the listeners on Real FM platforms. Good afternoon, Kiwi. Good afternoon, Igwe.
Good afternoon.
The reading of from the scriptures, 1 John 4:7. Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and everyone that loveth is begotten of God, and knoweth God. So, at this time of year, that season, KB, even though we haven't extended love any time during the year,
Yeah.
I think it's fitting now that we show some love to our fellow men and women.
You need to call some
And in
names.
packs.
Yeah.
It don't make sense we have it in abundance and those have it. It don't make sense we could buy $400 ticket to go and feed and men staying hungry. That don't make any sense. Because in the same book of scripture, I say, unless you do it to the least of my brothers, KB, you're not done it unto me.
I agree.
So Grenada still remain my constituency, KB.
Yeah.
Real FM is our parliament. With the people's spokes, men. And we speak the issues of the people. We're still blessed by the Ancient of Days. And there's a lot of things, even after the budget has been read, KB, there's a lot of things that is bothering people in this country. In terms of what would happen going forward next year, the levy on electricity, on water, the cost of goods and commodities, inflation, and a whole host of things. And we being here, KB, we speak on issues for the, not necessarily our own issues. So without any further talking, KB, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Master Carl. Good afternoon, listeners of Real FM. Happy to be here once again. And Master Carl, is this will be your last program before Christmas?
Yeah, until the next year.
Until next year. So you want to wish everybody a happy Christmas, bright and prosperous New Year, and a special blessing to the people of St. Andrew's Notice and our representative, Sister Kate Lewis. We wish you all the best, and we hope that you come through, you get through with your difficulties now. And we're asking everyone in Notice to pray for our representative, that she come through well and she return home soon to be with us. Sister Jenny, Stalwart, Sister Macklina, and all Sister Valerie Stephen, all the hard workers in St. Andrew's Notice. We want to wish you a happy, happy Christmas. Brothers and sisters, today I might be a little controversial. Some NDC may not like my utterance today, and some NNP wouldn't like it. But it's something that keep bothering me whole week. And what keep bothering me is that passport issue with the Polish people, with the Polish, the individual from Poland. This thing keep bothering me because you're hearing the NDC making so much noise over that transaction. hearing the NNP too making a lot of noise over the cabinet conclusion. And all of them asking questions. The NNP feel they're right. The NDC feel they're right. And both sides miss the important point. The image of this country. Yes, Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell, you attempt to score cheap political points by exposing the transaction made by the NNP and the Polish businessman and the money that went into the NNP account. And even go as far as to tell lies on the NNP and say, hey, you have cabinet conclusion. The NNP respond and say, look, you tell lies on us. There was no cabinet conclusion. But NNP, that don't mean you didn't commit any sin in NNP. That's my point with you. You did commit sin because of the kind of Ramgoat transaction that embarrassed all of us. And because you commit sin, don't believe that because Dickon lie on us, we're not guilty. So when you keep adding oxygen to that conversation, the image of this country is at stake. Both NNP and NDC. All you damage the image of this country. So less all you have to say about that transaction is better for you. Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell, less you have to say about that transaction is better for you. When you equate that transaction to a Wagiti bingo, that shows you lost it. How you could equate that to a Wagiti bingo and say the man gamble and he lose? How he could lose his money when you showing a receipt where the man pay for his passport? How he could lose his money? If you keep his money, you're supposed to give him the passport. If you keep the money and you refuse to give him the passport, therefore you steal the man money. Simple as that. And the international committee go see it as though Grenada thief the man money. It's so the layman will see it. And I don't understand how big lawyer like Honorable Dickon Mitchell missed that point of the image of this country. When Dr. Mitchell react in Parliament, a lot of NNP glad, hey, Dr. Mitchell have right to defend the party name because the man lie on NNP. But that don't mean NNP didn't commit sin of this passport thing. That don't mean it's a normal transaction. Because what is it you say now? If you feel what NNP did was normal and right, you're telling NDC you could sell a diplomatic passport and collect $500,000 for the NDC party. If you make it normal, and if you feel what you do was right, that is the message you will be giving to the young people and you give to NDC. So don't feel NNP is not with, don't commit sin. It was a Ramgoat decision. What is bothering me about that whole decision is that the person involved, the chief culprit, nobody don't call in him. Dr. Mitchell knowing him, Dickon Mitchell knowing him, NNP knowing him, NDC knowing him, but they're calling in him. But you go call Cox name. Cox is a little black boy. You go throw him under the bus. Chief culprit, because of his class, because of his status. You understand? Because of his color. You're not calling in him. Everybody hiding in him. The color and his status defend him. Protect him. But not Cox. Throw him under the bus. Cox name is to call. Unless somebody do put don't put a stop to it, or you will continue to throw gasoline and add oxygen to that conversation. As if Deacon Mitchell scored some kind of political point on NNP. And he's right. And NNP, because they caught Deacon with the pants down line and say here cabinet conclusion. Like all you behaving that you didn't commit any sin. Or you go to commit sin. When you collect money for passport in one hand and you collect money for party in the next hand and using government facilities to conduct that kind of transaction, and you want to tell us that is the right way to go, that is right thing? And we know. You have to admit you make mistake and you're wrong. And Deacon Mitchell, how come you as a leader, we expect you to protect the image of this country, to make all this noise about it, to score cheap political point and forgetting the image of this country, how the international community go look at us. They go say, hey, don't worry, man, it's an old banana republic. We expect that from them. We expect that from them. Both of you go university. You go university, Dr. Mitchell go to university. And both of you miss that point. The image of this country. Because both of you wanted to score cheap political point. You understand? And less NNP say about it, less NDC say about it, is better for the country. Because it don't look good. It is the image of this country on trial. Not NNP, not NDC. If NDC get damaged, they could recover not easy. NNP get damaged, you could recover easy. But when you damage the image of this country, it takes years to repair the damage. Somebody have to tell all you where you're going wrong. You understand? I'm not on no popularity campaign. When I came up last week, on my way up, I say, Master Carl, you see that passport thing? I feel like talking about that. Master Carl doesn't say anything. Master Carl came here, and he did such a wonderful job on exposing the NDC hypocrisy in the CBI. I just smile. I smile. See, let Master Carl have his day. He's one of the rising stars and talk show hosts. Come from nowhere and become the household talking point through this country. All where you pass is Master Carl. And I feel so proud of that. You understand? Came from nowhere, doing a great job. But I listen to him, I smile. But I have to say, look, no way are giving NNP a thumb up for that transaction. No way are shaking Deacon Mitchell hand for going public with this thing and damaging the image of this country and going parliament, dishing out all kind of receipt, you know, like this thing become a puppy show. People ask you for. What is that?
Time for us to take a break.
Let me finish what I say. No man, what is that? You cut me off what?
No, let you finish.
No, don't that.
You asking me what is wrong with Trinidad? You can't understand why things go on so bad. You find we so rich in human resources, and yet the country going to pieces. Well, let me tell you, my friend, where we went wrong. After Eric Williams' old car breakdown, we called in an AR, we ordered an next car.
And we're back, folks. I'm sorry about that. I had to take a little emergency break, the KB. I apologize.
Let me tell you something. If I just feel you're trying to cut me off or silence me, I don't come back on a realization. I feel insulted.
No.
I speaking and you just come and you playing the music. Like you feel uncomfortable with the conversation.
No, keep it going with the
I hope it's not so, If I just feel you cut me out deliberately Because you feel uncomfortable with the conversation. I just don't come back on the registration again.
Kibby, see what I was doing?
I don't see what you're doing, but I personally feel you.
Listen, man. I
personally feel you deliberately cut me off.
Kibby, let me argue among myself.
Anyhow, I finished for the day.
Eh?
I finished for the day.
You finished make your point?
I finished my point for the day.
It's real. It's 91.9.
Let's take a break.
Yeah.
You asking me what is wrong with Trinidad? You can't understand why things go on so bad. You find we so rich in human resources, and yet the country going to pieces. Well, let me tell you, my friend, where we went wrong. After Eric Williams' old car breakdown, we called in an AR, we ordered an X-car and installed a new driver. With 33 passengers from the party, we gave him a maxi taxi, fitted with Mag wheels, tape deck, computer, air conditioned 8-cylinder. With posh new fittings, this maxi car arrived. Then it started to swerve and nosedive. It took a year for passengers to realize. They say the new driver cannot drive. Of the 33 chosen passengers, Ramnat, Pandey, Humphrey and Sudama, they wouldn't let the poor driver drive in peace. They distracting him and wouldn't cease. While he driving, they hitting him some big cloud. So he stopped the maxi and put them out. And to discuss their fate, they went to drink us straight by a club called 88. The driver called his sweet mouth friend Flash Gordon to give him some driving lessons. Flash appointed himself as the conductor, pushing around them passengers. Meanwhile, the car running about helter-skelter. Pedestrians started to scatter. Ellis Clark had to jump and run to stay alive. He says the new driver cannot drive.
This is Graham Life.
You questioning me so much about the driver. You want proof to show.
If NP has information that they feel that there's something needs to be investigated, they could go and make a report to the FIU, and the FIU could conduct an investigation. But it is usual that officials in political parties receive contribution and donation for the organization. All political parties, I believe, will get contribution or donation. So I don't know what really is the basis of the allegation. Well, I haven't received any money from Saudi Arabia myself. I'm not aware of any money being received from Saudi Arabia. I believe it is more mischief. I think the NNP has been tainted with wrongdoing. So they want to bring all politicians within that category. I think that is what they're trying to do. They're trying to confuse the Grenadian people to make it appear that all of us as politicians are involved in wrongdoing. But I don't think that would succeed.
Yes, Igwe.
You have a call on the line?
No.
Okay.
Yes, folks, we apologize for that. Time check for you, 33 minutes past 1 o'clock inside the studios of Real FM. What are you saying?
Yeah, Gates. KB was speaking on the issues, and folks, one must understand, everyone is entitled to his or her opinion. And so we are not duty-bound to agree with one's opinion, but we always have to respect the opinions of others. With that being said, KB was giving his take on the whole issue as relates to the passport, and his main concern in the whole thing was how that would reflect on the image of the country. And we as well-meaning citizens must think how that will reflect on us as a country. And the whole program of the CBI and all that was being said, highlighted by the Polish man's situation. And we say here on this parliament, the image of the country is the important thing here. And there's no right or wrong as relates to one's opinion. But the facts are simply this. If the present Prime Minister is willing to speak in open forums on issues that some believe is classified, it is improper so to do. And if the present Prime Minister, in his capacity as Prime Minister in a public meeting, make those allegations against another political party, the New National Party, in my view, is well within their rights to defend or to speak of what they know. And the genesis of that matter is simply this. The Honorable Prime Minister in a meeting says that there was a cabinet conclusion for $290,000. He's claiming that $150,000 went into the consolidated fund, and he's claiming that $140,000 went otherwise. And that is the crux of the matter, and one must not forget that. The NNP blew back by saying, well, okay, there is no cabinet conclusion stating $290,000. And of such, present facts. He who alleged must prove. Present the cabinet conclusion. We went into the budget debate, and it came up again. And the Prime Minister, in his response or in his way of trying to settle the issue, called some receipts to be produced. And there's many who believe the receipts are simply not enough to satisfy the allegations made. Now, we are at that crossroads. He also indicated that some information may be given to the relevant authorities, so we are wait. There's information to suggest that the gentleman in question, the Polish gentleman, has seek legal advice from one of the leading attorneys in this country. So the whole saga or the whole fiasco of that passport issue is yet to be settled. The dust is still in the air, so we await the conclusion of that matter. And after the conclusion is sought or found, all of us will be in a position to not offer our views or opinions, but to speak to the fact of what really happened. And that is the crux of the matter as it relates to the passport. And one wonders, and the question begs here, based on the utterances of the present Prime Minister, that the gentleman was in somehow promised to be our ambassador at large and so on. and the gentleman is asking back for his money. The question is, who is he asking for his money? One. The question is, you agree and admit that $150,000 was paid into the consolidated fund. Up to this time, has the Polish gentleman received his passport? And these are the real questions that we have to seek to get answers for, and not just ventilating or giving our views and opinion as it is. Because at the end of the day, and views doesn't really matter to the final outcome of that particular decision. Igwe. And as such, there's a lot of issues in this country after the reading of the budget. There's a lot of issues that arise out of the same budget and how it affects persons on the ground. And those are the issues what we ought to be concentrating on, and not be misguided or misled by the whole issue about the passport. The issue about the passport, in my view, would not put food on the table gate. It would not put disposable income in the pocket of the ordinary man. And what is affecting the ordinary man is the cost of living. And we have not seen much or measures in the present budget read to indicate to us that there is a remedy for the ordinary man. Case in point, the ordinary man will be faced with VAT on sugar in the new year. The ordinary man will be faced with levy on water based on the amount he uses, and environmental levy on electricity. The ordinary man will have to face the fact that the allocations in the budget for the Imanis have been cut by at least $16 million thereabouts. So you know you go have some effect on the program itself. The ordinary man has to continue and get acquainted with the fact that in terms of the needy assistance program, that the allocations for that is cut. The ordinary man has to come to the realization that, hey, the housing program that used to help me get some materials and do the bathroom and toilet in-house plumbing and so on would be affected by the allocations for the body. So less persons, if ever, will be available or will be able to get assistance from those things. And those are the issues that one should consider going into this time of year and into next year. Because as related in the budget speech and both the debates, the fundamental issue is a fact that cannot be reported by opinions only. Even in the utterance of the Prime Minister to say that the economy grew about 6% this year, Igwe. And in his words, he crafted his words in such and say it would expand by 3.5 in the next year. But the report laid in the same house during the debate, the medium-term fiscal policy says the economy will decelerate, so that means we'll have a slowdown. So the growth of the true growth or the real growth as projected for the next year is only 3.5%. And we already recognize how it will affect the country, even in the government's ability to offer the public workers in terms of salary negotiation. By offering them 4% for 2023, 2024, 2%, and 2025, 2%. That because the government already recognized that the growth of the economy would not be able to sustain offering more. Added to that, the bill to borrow, the application, the appropriation bill, the largest in the history of this country, $350 million, is a show indication as to the present government is not show that what they say in the budget will actually happen. So they just put in that as a measure. So if needs be, they're going to do it. We have our concern again as it relates to the CBI program and how it is set up, and the persons or the would-be persons that are involved presently in terms of the Minister of National Security. The chairman of the cabinet is the same person who, based on the CBI website, is an agent, or has a form that is an agency for CBI and a senior government minister also. They have not given us the information if they recuse themselves or they know part. So we have to take based on the side. And that is a troubling something. It. And just like how a budget is what you estimate, that is what is estimated to earn in the budget, to finance the budget through the CBI gates. And based on the numbers put up on the CBI program and the fees attached to it, to make that kind of money or to collect that kind of money by this government, over 2,700 and something passports get. Let me say 2,700 at least passport.
To sell.
Yeah, to make that money. So we on a precipice, and added to that fact, through no fault of this government, the whole world economic outlook is not as something that we have to shout about, but what is being felt by other countries presently, and a lot of other countries we depend on to deal with that. So these are the issues that concerns us. These are the issues that we should be concerned about moving forward. So the whole issue about beating up on whether cabinet conclusion cannot be produced and the other issues, it is something that we have to be aware of. But how it affects Gates. For the 600 persons that lose work since this administration came, these persons have nothing to really add to the economy by way of disposable income in this season, you know, Gates. So all the talk and all the boast about retroactive payment as regards to pension, for who receive it, I'm happy, I'm glad. And they too ought to be glad and be prudent about how they dispose of those income. But at the same time, on the other hand, you have over 600 persons who had an income, who was accustomed to an income, who contributed to the consolidated fund by spending and taxation and so on. These people are here now, and the whole slogan about pie on the plate. For these 600 persons, who is responsible for putting pie on the plate? We know who is responsible for taking the pie off the plate. Because since this administration come, they lost work. We cannot forget the persons who was employed with the field organizations. We cannot forget the persons who were employed with CJs and other areas. What is the situation with them, or how does this present budget help them going forward? And that is the crux of the matter, because what you'll find happening with those people, they have to pay the levy on water. They have to pay the levy on electricity gate. They have to pay the VAT on sugar. If they intended, by virtue of the working pay NIS, the age has moved up. So it takes them a longer time to get anything from NIS. So that is the issue. Less money to consumers receiving, but more money they have to pay in the New Year, because they have to pay the levy on electricity. They have to use water. They have to pay it on water. They are accustomed with sugar and other basic commodities. Here, but what you find happening in the same budget, the tax amnesty gets given to the business people, where they collect for on behalf of government and keep it. So it's like those who have already would further benefit and those who have true pull. And that is something that cannot and will not go down well, and it's bothering us. So that are the issues which we want to always highlight and not get sidetracked by issues that would not put bread and butter on the table of the ordinary man. Another issue we have to keep a close eye on, and we have to watch the actions of the union again. Because in the day of the past administration, NNP, most times you had this negotiation with salaries and others. They used to be really militant, ready to for industrial actions and so forth. If at the time they felt that what was offered to them was not what they expected. But what we see now, in the case of the RGPF, the information to suggest that they asked for 4% in 2023, 8% in 2024, and 8% in 2025. The counter proposal by the government negotiating team was 4% in 2023, 2% in 2024, and 2% in 2025. To borrow a word from the present administration and the AG, that is woefully inadequate, Igwe. And these are the issues which we ought to keep our mind on and see how the present unions would react to that. We were told that they had to have some meeting Friday, but we haven't seen, I haven't seen or heard anything that relates to that meeting. And that is something that is sad.
You go 10 minutes to 2 o'clock. We'll take our next break, and then we come back. We go open the phone lines for a bit.
Yes, all right.
All right, folks, stay tuned. It's Realist 91.9. Keep it locked.
You asking me what is wrong with Trinidad? You can't understand why things go on so bad. You find we so rich in human resources, and yet the country going to pieces. Well, let me tell you, my friend, where we went wrong. After Eric Williams' old car breakdown, we called in an AR, we ordered an X-Con and installed a new driver. With 33 passengers from the party, we gave him a maxi taxi, fitted with mag wheels, tape deck, computer, air conditioned 8-cylinder. With much new fittings, this maxi car arrived. Then it started to swerve and nosedive. It took a year for passengers to realize. They say the new driver cannot drive.
Holy Willie Gwe.
Yeah, man. So those are the issues what pervades us, or what will affect the ordinary man gets. Because the ordinary man cannot pay $400 and $500 for a ticket to have a fete coming for the end of the year, you know, Igwe. If he pay that, he know he don't eat for the next 2 weeks. And these are the issues that is, in my view, that is of importance to us. How does the cut in the allocations for the needy assistance would affect the ordinary man come 2023? How the cut in the Imani budget would affect the Imanis come 2023? And these are the issues that we need to get, we always have to understand and so on. So when I come here, Igwe, my criticism is not about hate, but if something is wrong, I go say it's wrong. And I will also speak about it. The whole issue, I brought up the whole thing about salary negotiations, Gates. And to show the parallel or to contrast with how the tone of negotiations used to be with the past administration NNP. Bearing in mind, even through the pandemic, which we had, public workers still enjoy salary increases of at least 4%. Igwe. And coming from the presentation of what some supporters of the present administration dub the best budget, as you enter into salary negotiations, you end up saying something as to you giving what you offer in Gates, to me, is plain and simply woefully inadequate. Now, we heard a lot said in the budget presentation by the Prime Minister, and even some members on the government side in the actual debate. And they use the words promises made, promises delivered. You hear that a lot. Mostly all the presenters on the government side would have spoken of something, and then to exclaim, the exclamation point, Igwe, was simply this: promises make, promises delivered. Okay. But here's what. There are some promises that were made, and promises what was not delivered. And one might say, okay, the present administration is not in office for a while yet. But the present administration is claiming and giving people the belief that what the past administration could not do in donkey's years, they could do it in a few months. And I believe we have to bend the tree while it's young. So my criticism is not about being bad-minded, but at least to stop them in the track, nip it in the bud, say, well, they understand. And as we on promises made, promises delivered, Igwe. Simply this. There are promises made to the Grenadian public that has not yet been delivered. So how we treat with, and based on the presentation of the budget, we did not hear those issues raised in the budget. We did not hear how making permanent work for everybody. We didn't hear nothing in the budget saying to the contract workers we're going to make everybody permanent. What we're hearing is give the nurses $500 for 12 months, but nothing for the ambulance drivers, nothing for the orderlies and others in the same institution. This thing no song right. And we're going to speak about that. And that has nothing to do with hating or do liking the government, because that is their words. Because you say you made your main emphasis, or one of your main emphasis this budget cycle will be on the health, but you're only saying, okay, we're going to give the nurses $500. And that is the crux of the matter, and these are the things we have to understand. We also have the issues with the Royal Grenada Police Force. And it is instructive to note that on the campaign trail, this present Prime Minister made bold pronouncements as it relates to the police officers. And then we come to the realization that election came, the NDC won, they formed the government, and within days of forming the government, Igwe, the Prime Minister met with the hierarchy of the police force and gave them blessed assurance that matters relating to the RGPF will be placed on the front burner. We've seen one vehicle for, I think it's karaoke or Peter Martinic, so I don't know if that was the issues that was placed on the front burner in a matter of days after a one election. But there's a burning issue, one which you brought up on the campaign trail, the pay and grade issue. And that is an issue which the police expect you to address. And you gave the police again, after saying it on the campaign trail, you in the meeting with the hierarchy of the RGPF, you gave blessed assurance that the pay and grade issue is one that you would put on the front burner. And like you say, campaign made, campaign delivered. Because when the teachers receive the money, you say campaign made, campaign delivered. You set press conference when you started paying the retroactive, campaign made, campaign delivered. And that is that. And with all fairness to you, that's the moment, and you're practicing leadership by avoidance. So those are the issues, or those are the times you would see you. But the police officers, they are asking, what is the situation, or what hinder you from trying to get to Ernst and Young to get a report as relates to the pay and grade issue? But gets with everything. Lack of institutional knowledge. That's mean when you don't know. Youthful arrogance and inexperience just lead a lot of people down the rabbit hole. Because you're making promises, you're making statements without having an idea of the subject matter. Gates. And so tell the negotiating team of the RGPF that in words to the effect that you cannot find the report is something very, very, very sad. You understand what I'm saying, Igwe? So to say you cannot find the report, but I challenge them. I challenge them to understand what the issue is as it relates to pay and grade. The enormity of fixing pay and grade is not ordinary, guys. So when they say about the report, there is a school of thought, or there's information to suggest, or it is alleged that the report was read. And what the report demands, or what the report suggests, cannot be dealt with at this time. So that is one of the promises made. That is one of the promises made, Igwe, that is not delivered, and the people, the police, is waiting to deliver. So, the police, the members of the RGPF, who information suggests supported this present administration to get into office, now find themselves in a bind, Igwe, where the issues are, the old people say, is molasses to catch fly, Igwe. Now, like the molasses is not the molasses. The molasses has become more like vinegar, Igwe. And you, as a government, you are to understand that this is affecting the moral of the RGPF. With the rising spate of crime in this country, Igwe. And the people has to understand that there are issues that affects the ordinary Grenadian. And we cannot pretend that those issues does not exist, Igwe. And we here on Real FM will bring these issues to the front. And if the government is a respectable and a caring government, they would listen and they would treat with what is going on. So that is the crux of the matter as it relates to issues that is bothering a lot of people in Grenada. And those persons in conversation, Igwe, have indicated that they have not seen measures in the budget to correct that. Because we could go and speak about the budget, Igwe, and the inconsistencies. We could go in the budget, Igwe, and speak about numbers don't add up. But at the end of the day, some of the measures outlined in the budget, Igwe, is not one favorable for the ordinary citizen of this country. And that is what we have to be concerned about. So the bigger issues is how it will affect lives and livelihood going forward, Gates. Is this budget one that provides the greater good for the greater number? And when you strip the budget and when you look at what is suggested in the budget, the answer is no. Because too much people will be affected, and the few persons that would benefit is a small among it. Not forgetting the 600 persons, mainly women, who have lost their job, Gates. And that is a serious issue. And when you go around the village shops and so on, they will tell you, Igwe, by things bad, things not like before. Because the same set of people, the 600 people, who usually spend their money in the village shops and so on, they are not there, they don't have nothing at this time, due to the actions of this present administration. So when you boast of paying 500 persons retroactive, but at the same time 600 plus persons have been placed on the breadline, does the measures in this budget cater for these people? And the answer is no. Gates, because these people who are not receiving anything now, Gates, has to still pay VAT on sugar, which the collector keeps for himself under the tax amnesty. The same set of people receiving nothing, Gates, have to pay levy on water, have to pay levy on electricity, have to pay on the normal goods item. We see some relief on some, but the ingredients to make the pie, we don't see, they like the cheese on them. Gates. The same pie on the plate. So when you talk about pie on plate, Igwe, it's not just slogans. Nobody can eat slogans. You can't send your children to sleep all night with slogans, Gates. It's real. And these are the issues that is of concern to a lot of people in this country, irrespective of the political persuasion or who they support politically. It is affecting them. The VAT on sugar, many might have their view, health and so forth, but in my humble view, Gates, I don't believe that was put on for health reasons. There's information to suggest that the amount of people who buy sugar every day, they see their way to make a little money on the backs of the poor people of this country, on the backs of the less fortunate, because they giving to persons who already have something it. But those who they took all from, they trying at best to take more or to ask more of these persons. And these are the troubling issues which this budget has not addressed. So when we talk about the budget speech was eloquent and the Prime Minister delivered well, he read well. But even in the reading, he didn't attach much emotions to the reading. And some says he spoke from his head, forgetting that he have teleprompter and so on. And that is the troubling things about me, because as my friend Mr. Perry always say, those who has a briefcase of certificates sits there and agree with this thing. Now, the New National Party been in power for 2 consecutive terms, and most times decision was made by the New National Party persons who were affiliated opposing to NNP used to always oppose it. They used to oppose every issue by NNP. We have this particular parliament, and you listen the discussions in the parliament. And last Friday there were certain discussions and some members from the NNP spoke of bipartisanship. Well, bipartisanship is like you forget your political difference, but for the good of the country, you decide to support some of the and that one onto Germany, because the hatred by the National Democratic Congress to the people of Grenada, they would not support openly anything that they're not taking a lead on. But members of the NNP, seasoned statespeople, say, well, if the government come with plans and programs that would benefit the country, we would support. But you see all kind of headline. This one they on the fence, and that one they on the fence. And the fence issue was one that you don't have to go in a big school to understand. Dr. Moria say, you're asking for bipartisanship. But I have not seen you doing anything to convince me that you really want that gate. So for the time I go sit on the fence, they take it and turn it, they play the words again. Just how they play the words with the 3% growth, they say the economy is expected to expand 3.5%. Say the economy is expected to grow by 3.5% next year. Don't use words and try to tie up people. And that is not what it should be. You, the National Democratic Congress and Prime Minister Dick Onyoli, you are the leaders of the country. And you have to set the percentage that is how we go forward. But what many are saying and what many believe, the budget does not cater for the ordinary Grenadian. Because you say you will create jobs, but we have not seen initiatives set out in this budget for job creation gates. The revenue collection we've seen in this budget is more like taking away from the ordinary man. As I mentioned, levy on water, levy on electricity. You understand, Gates? VAT on sugar. It's all about taking from the poor man. But then you give a tax amnesty to the businessman. So what you give to the businessman tax amnesty, you hope to make it back from the ordinary man. And that is the crux of the matter with the budget, you know, Gates. Because we could, like I said, we could speak out figures what to add up. We could speak out biggest budget when you add up 3 ministries. I'm not saying that the biggest budget. We could speak out the Ministry of Agriculture, where you have $38 million allocated. You have Feeder Road, $6 million, and you have 3 from Carriacou. You don't add up to 55 or 54. So it's like you're doing 55 in the 54. But the crux of the matter of the budget, how it addresses cost of living issues. And the measures as put out will not do that. Just like the measures with the freight. If the government honestly have to carry out an assessment on freight Igwe and the impact, who feels it? Has it trickled down to the small man? No. And these are the things which the people expect me to speak about, because that's the conversation they've been having with us. So, folks, we'll take a break here and be back in a short.
You asking me what is wrong with Trinidad? You can't understand why things go on so bad. You find we so rich in human resources, and yet the country going to pieces. Well, let me tell you, my friend, where we went wrong. After Eric Williams' old car break down, we called in an AR, we ordered an X-car and installed a new driver. With 33 passengers from the party, we gave him a maxi taxi, fitted with my wheels, tape deck, computer, air conditioned 8-cylinder. With posh new fittings, this maxi car arrived. Then it started to swerve and nosedive. It took a year for passengers to realize. They say the new driver cannot drive.
Yes, folks, I'll be back. Time check for you, 15 minutes past 2 o'clock on the inside. Good afternoon to everybody locking it down inside the YouTube land and via the tuning app. Igwe, why is it shot?
We don't know calls yet.
Well, let's open the lines properly now, like 442-0175, WhatsApp and landline. Call and stitch it clean. Good afternoon to Caroline.
Yes, big up a couple of people here going.
Good afternoon
Those
to
people who
Miss
make the
Goddess.
program what it is.
Desmond, Veronica, Philip Andrews, Matthew Bowen inside of New York. He has a lot of supporters around him right now, he said. So good afternoon to you guys and have a good one. There are a lot of people there online still. Yeah. Antonito, what's up? You come out and watch Argentina win the World Cup, eh? All right, let's move on. Yes, good afternoon. Patricia James, good afternoon. Cynthia Bartholomew, good afternoon. Desmond Mitchell, good afternoon. Baby Daddy, you good? Press the like, guys. Ann Mitchell. And Desmond Campbell. And Rodney, good afternoon inside of Toronto. Sam, what's up? All right, let's go, folks. 442-0175 is the number to call to get on the inside. Igwe Oliwil.
Yes, Igwe. Now, Igwe, we at a stage in this country's history when all the citizens ask for, Igwe, is good government. Could we say we're seeing good government presently? Igwe. Let's take that call.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, gentlemen.
Yes, just speak up a bit. Your song a bit low.
Yeah. I said good afternoon.
Yes, how you doing?
Yeah, not bad. Good program.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
And I like how you all started up with that prayer. Love.
Yes, man.
Yes, love is the answer, you know. And
Hello?
brethren,
So what's your contribution to it?
it's not easy out there now, eh? When you listen to the ordinary persons, especially the poor working people, the lower bracket people, it's very tough, especially the Christmas. And listening to the people, that is the worst I see pass in all my life. This Christmas is the worst. And I urge people to prepare themselves because it's hard times that coming, and the poor people in this country, we have to pray and ask God to see us through. And you know, people calling on Dr. Kit Mitchell, the Right Honorable. Oh Lord, if this man was in government, we would have been better off, you know. And that is the cry. I say Dr. Mitchell must be ringing, you know. And we all know, and you all talking it on point, but I want to encourage our people in the diaspora, those of you who have families in there, out here, talk to them and help them. Send a little thing for them because I know how it is. And then I want to say, Nelson Mandela once said, he spent time in prison, and we know the struggles with the African liberation people, the South Africa. And when he came out from prison, people thought Soweto would have flowed with blood, killing all the white people. But you know what Nelson Mandela said? I have a nation to build, to unite the people of Africa. That is where the love, reconciliation, and unity. So any political party, any prime minister, you one of them that want to go down the road, you know, trying to, you know, that separation, yellow and green, it won't augur well for the image of the country, and we know where the hand going on the ballot paper. Thank you. Have a good day.
All right.
Thank you, caller, for such words of wisdom. Igwe.
We have a next one.
Yes, let's take.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good. But I wonder why there is no Christmas tree lighting. So what? This government forgot children? That may be his question. He forgot children. That's all I have to say.
All right, brother.
That's important. That's an interesting question.
That's a serious one, yeah. So, no Christmas tree lighting in
The little children.
the communities.
Well,
Remember Dr. Clarice, she had that event in Victoria that
yeah.
passed.
Oh, you went?
Yeah, man.
How it was?
That passed like a boss, man.
All right.
You know, it was little giveaways and everything. It was nice. It was really nice. Not yet. Holy Wheel.
Yes, Igwe, as the caller said, we grown accustomed to having a way of being around this time of year. Because Igwe, what one has to understand, I guess, despite what you might say of the New National Party and Dr. Kit Mitchell, they recognize around this time of year was one way they had to bring a little joy to children. Yes, take the call.
Good afternoon.
Hi. Well, you know where I am. So I didn't hear the entire budget. So my question is, what amount of money has the Prime Minister allocated to agriculture? What is his emphasis on agriculture? We know agriculture is the backbone of any country. And so I am very interested because I know that, you know, we had corn, the GMO corn imported, which is not good. So I want to know what he's going to do about this thing since he's so much on health. I want to know if he's going to get rid of GMO corn and GMO products, and if he's going to, you know, give money to the farmers or put some program in place where the farmers can get the original grains and seeds to plant, and if he's going to let Grenadians go back to the garden rather than importing all these things that they have been importing and causing. If you're trying to improve on a country's health, you have to change your eating habit. So I want to know what he has done, how much money he has also allocated to the Ministry of Health, because that will come under changing your eating habits. There have to be programs in place for the community and the nation on a whole to change its habits. So did he put allocated money to have like programs in different communities? What actually has he done? And the next thing I have to say, the caller before the lady, it was people in the diaspora that told their people home if they do not vote for NDC, they would not send no barrel and send no money for them. So the diaspora actually played, the people home were threatened by the people in the diaspora because they wanted NDC to win. So they said to them, if you do not vote for NDC, we would not be sending no money for you. We would not be sending no barrel for you. So not everything from the diaspora is good.
All right, thank you, caller.
Okay, my friend. She talked about the agriculture budget. I think the budget, I think, was 54 point something million in agriculture. But when we estimates and so forth, we could only find 39 million. The general budget, 6 million feeder roads, which form part of it, and 3 million for Carriacou and Petit-Martin, and that add up to 39 and 6, 45 and 48. So even there is inconsistencies, but we don't dwell on the inconsistencies. Either they can count or it's a deliberate attempt to hoodwink people.
Hello, afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Mr. Carl. Good morning, Igwe. Good morning.
Afternoon.
Morning time?
Afternoon.
Sorry. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Go ahead.
Yeah, I say when I just reflecting back on something on government. And when I just give a difference between NMP or in governance and NDC governance. You know, whenever NMP in governance, in major 99.9%, the economy is always on the up. It's always in the positive. And on the unemployment rate, it always go down. Right? So we see the NMP, they make rooms for people to employ, get job, maybe permanent, but temporary job, they could feel and supply the family. And more money is generated in the economy. But when you check NDC major 99.9%, they always they're in a negative growth. A negative growth where the unemployment always be rise. Because I know when NMP in 2022 election, the unemployment could be about between 12, 13, 40%. But if we really look at it now, Massacre and Igwe, they are up in the 30s. Because NMP is a government that find jobs. Right? Find jobs for the people. Because when they find jobs, the country blossom and the spending power increase because if you check the road work, when you give people road work to do and they finish their job, they could go on another job and get extra money in their hand. But when they get extra money in hand, don't you say that money is going away? That money is spending right here in Grenada, right? So you see more money generated in the country. But when you try to take out especially the road workers, right, and you get them from 8 to 4, and the worst part of it, you don't increase in the money. You live from the same what they get when they work with 3 or 4 hours. I don't believe the most important thing, you give someone a work to do, and they do the work and they expect them to do it good. Because people on the road a longer time. That don't mean to say they go do more work. They go do more work. And think the other problem I have with that again.
All right, brother. Thanks.
Working 8 to 4. Okay, all right. That's all I have to say.
All right, thanks. 442-0175 to get your comments on the inside.
But as we know, during the last administration around this time of year, the amount of persons that would have received contracts, even in the devotion program, we don't have to go far. Added to the fact that these 600 persons at this time last year was receiving monies. You see, close enough to $1 million not there.
Yeah.
You like see the
Good afternoon.
Master Carl, good afternoon, and Jiboy, good afternoon.
Wago.
Ade, and good afternoon to you and people. They dig me just this morning. Somebody come and dig all me yam in me yard.
Jesus.
They did all me yam, and the yam so good yet, Master Carl.
Bottom white.
The yam, I tell you, I paid $60 for some yam, a tutana, and a nice white yam. And I pay a guy in a field to come and plant the yam for me, and he planted it in the yard, right in the yard. So when I come from church this morning, I meet a spark, a tree, the tree thing in his back. One piece break out, and they dig out me yam and go, and the yam look good. I beg in the bushes, you people don't come in me yard. The yam not ready yet. So that kind of stress me this morning. Because I make milk garden for myself here. And that is not good. You don't rob from the poor.
Nah, you don't do that.
Come on, ask.
But this government robbing from the poor.
Yes, you don't do that to people. And I'm a good person in the village. Right? I don't like what they did to me at all. The yam not ready. The yam can't eat yet. They dig up a portion, and when they see they eat already, they leave it and they leave it back. And they go and look at the farm. They are giving the police to come and get their fingerprint, and I go making what, and I have a video thing in the house. They can't see it, but they're there on it. You go come and investigate and lock them up. Yes. Anyhow, well, we there.
We did?
We there inside, yes.
Yeah, we did.
We just there. I don't know what's going on, but we there hanging in there. You understand? And this is the first time I see a Christmas time. Nobody don't bring chocolate and live by me. Nobody don't come and leave the plastic. They don't come and leave groceries. Nobody else. I used to make me little $5. And they leave their bag with all the groceries. People passing with a little thing, but they're going up on the bus. You understand? Mm-hmm. So that alone to show us that is living in Grenada. A lot of people don't have the money to shop because they don't get a little 2-3 fortnight. You understand? They don't get a little 2-3 fortnight so they could shop. But when we see what's going on from tomorrow, Lord. And those people that get the pension, they don't spend that money. They don't spend that money. Because when poor people, Mr. Carl, over the years are selling in town, hustling as a hustler on the street. When people get a little money from the road work and other, they get a little salary. They're shopping. You understand? Mm-hmm. The Syrian closed Saturday night. All of them stay up. Now after 9 they up. They're looking to catch the last dollar. And now they're talking. They're stealing it too. And yet some people don't, they didn't say nothing. But a lot of poor people suffering because they cannot buy little things for their children. I hear somebody talk about the Christmas tree. We always used to have a Christmas tree lighting and they're thrown out over the years. Over the years, they used to have a Christmas tree. They saw one in Boucherville here. And other parishes, they saw the little thing, but water white. You know what I mean by water white? Water white, thing we need. And those in America and England and Canada that talking, all you have to hush your mouth. Because all you doesn't come in Grenada. All you listen to other people. Some of you all, yes, all you don't come in Grenada. All you don't know. All you live Grenada, kind of want to come here, who knows this Grenada. You know if it's Melville Street you're walking on. You know this place, street. I love it from here. I do taking seconds hunting and talk, so I have to stop that. Come in Grenada and see. Come in Grenada and see what the NNP government did to this country. Are you talking about transformation? Come down. Buy a ticket and come. So I ain't bothering with all. I live in here. Right? So Grenadians have a good evening. And I'm there, I have a lady helping me. Miss Jacqueline Chidi comes all the way from Guam this morning, Massacre. There are some good people still. And she's cleaning for me and helping me. So I want to say good evening to everybody in this country. And if you don't hear my voice again, have a blessed Christmas. We had a wonderful day in church this morning, Dr. Mitchell. We had a wonderful service. That man doesn't miss his church. Yes. And always drop me home. Make sure I come up my step and sit down. Have a blessed day, everybody.
All right, bless God.
Master Carl, don't laugh. I'm telling you. Dr. Keith Mitchell, Claudius Mitchell is a good man. I don't know about other people. And Peter David with Joel and Bain. All these people, Joel and Pitt, they always look at Miss Cammy a good morning. When I took my phone, good morning. That is all I need. So they know I'm alive. Because I will respond to them. Them is good people who don't want to sterilize them. I know a man send me mouth on the ground. Every day he's fasting. But Dr. Keith Claudius Mitchell, Peter Charles David, Yolan Bain Hartford, God bless them. Have a blessed evening, everybody.
All right, Cams.
Bye-bye, Pastor Kalan. Continue doing what you're doing. You and them. Bye.
I take care, Cams. Calm me there, man. But the person I want going mischief calm me that yamly.
That was nice.
Nah, man, the Almighty will look favorable on the people.
Yeah, that was nice. That was nice.
Because how they could dig yam, I mean, they could use falconing to plant some yams. Plant some yams.
That was nice. They're not a nice one.
We have one call?
No, go right.
Yeah, you go. So we have to understand here, so the budget was read, and the last time all this fanfare was given about a budget gate when Mr. Nazim Mok presented. Financing of the budget became an issue. And I just want people to understand these things, you know. Because a budget is just an estimate. A financial document used as a to project further income and so on. Future income. Let me take the call.
Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
How you go?
Sir Carl.
Hey.
How you see the prices? Yeah, you have a drop on some prices in this country here.
You have a what?
Some goods price drop. You have a drop on the goods price.
Move away from the TV or the radio. Move away from the TV or the radio. We're getting the feedback.
And I'm by my radio.
I said a goods price drop.
Yeah.
I don't find you hear me clear.
Which part of the country prices drop?
You can't tell me. I don't. You hear me clear because
we never
I know price. Drop. I say you have a levy on goods, and we haven't seen the budget address a drop of goods prices. Because prices continue to go up. You know that.
Well, since
you buy something today, you forget to buy a next one. You go back tomorrow, price go up. Yes, caller. Caller breaking up.
Yeah, you calling. All right, give us a call back.
The reception kind of.
Yeah, let you get the things settled. 4420175. Igwe.
Yeah, Igwe, I was saying. The financing of the budget, that is important because a budget is a financial document used to project future income and expenses over a period of time. So it's not an event. It's not the one-day speech. It's how you apply. Yes, let's see.
Good afternoon.
Master Carl,
hey.
I just called back in because I am man talking. I didn't tell you what you say about price. You know what package again is I paid yesterday? $95.
Jesus
Christ.
$95. And you have some people are selling a Guinness for $10.
What?
Yeah, yes. I just sell yesterday a man at a sell mine for $6. But when I pay the $95, you have a boss man, he tell me, Miss Camille, you have to sell it for 7. For one, he says 7, you sell it on for 7. So I sell it mine for 7. The small water, you're paying $36 a case. And you have some people selling it for 5. You understand? Right? I sell mine for 3. So now I have to put on 50 cents on that one to sell it for $3.50. And the big one, they sell for 5, you have to sell it for $6 because some people taking $7 for it. I buy a small one for 5 because every other day the people pass the different vans and it's a different price to get in for the water. If one tell you it's $40 today, the next day somebody telling you it's 35. And the Coke shop, you get in a small Coke for $33. And the big one, you getting it for $53. Right? When you go and buy Robert and them, you're paying $60 a case.
Wow.
Right? So when the customers come, I have to tell them, well, everything go up and that's how you have to sell it because they give you a retail price. Lollipop is $1. Ping pong is $1. Right? The cheese is $2. Because every day they give you a different price. So you as a poor man go end up losing. You must, when you're selling something, you must make even if it's a 10 cents profit for yourself. Right? So it's the big people that making the money, but poor people struggling. You hear what I tell you? A glitter rate is $7. A monster is $10.
What?
Because you're paying $130 for a case of Monster. 130, I have my bills. I have all my bills. Some places you getting a case of Monster when you van others going to pick from Trinidad, you're paying $150. A case of Wells, so I want them to listen. Because nobody in line. A case of Wells is $90. You're selling one for $8. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That is what's going on in Grenada for the poor people like me and the other people that are on the terminal with boots. That's the kind of money we're paying for a case of something what people need. The RX used to be $6, now it's $7 because $100 and something for a case. So the poor man not feeling it. So Mr. Prime Minister and all your budget is poor people are paying for it. Not the rich people that bringing in all this stuff. Poor people are staying, stealing for it. I have all my bills. And the people telling me, Miss Carmi, that the man not buying from me said that the retail price. Cheese is $2. A pack of mint, I used to pay $6. Now it's $10.50 for it. The mint and the ginger. Have a good evening, Grenada.
Bless.
Bless comes.
Steady, we have one on the WhatsApp. Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Move away from
Good
the radio and the
afternoon.
TV.
Because I didn't understand what I was talking about with the prices.
No.
In what's going on in this country here, everything across the board gone up.
Okay, we get you.
All drinks across the board gone up. So I don't know what happening. The supermarket, everybody selling different prices. Nobody gonna see what happening. So the poor man feeling the pressure and the big man enjoying what's going on.
Okay, again, you keeping the VAT and them for yourself.
Look what happening. If you check what happening for the Christmas season, the build up of the Christmas, he have no build up because you know what happening? The poor man, the little work, what the poor man used to get, used to go by the Indian and spend.
And all them those are the make go to the 600 of them.
That Miss Bell yesterday, I very observant, eh? I watched Cap It by Miss Bell. I watched by Ram Dani. And I realized something wrong. Because I know this time, people can't get Cap It in them stores. Things real rough. So I don't understand how people saying the government doing good. Yes, the government do good for the big man. And the next thing, the people that living in the diaspora and they running them out and about Grenada do develop. I wonder when they leave Grenada in the 70s and in the 80s, how Grenada was. Place was dark. Look at Grenada today. We never had houses. Have house, road, water, light. Why is this going on? Dr. Kit never do nothing. Grenadian people come on, and gratefulness was Zanubia, and we're going to face it next year. I ain't putting no cost on the country. When I sit down and I listen to Mr. Colin and how they explain the budget, we're in deep trouble. We're in deep trouble. So Grenadian people brace all their nerves. And right now, Dr. Kit, we love you still. And your ministers, whatever happened, we're there and we will support you to the fullest because we know what we had and we know what we'll lose. People seen it right now. Everybody, if that man did it and if that man, they're wrong. Because we've been warning and talking to them. They don't listen. They're like little children. You're teaching them maths today they get it and tomorrow they forget it. But now, Almighty God, I'm sorry. Cake, this year, people came to buy cake, because everything that you're making with flour depended on sugar. So you know what happening? Bread raising, cake raising, pastries raising,
bonds,
everything raising.
Even
but how you say you want to mentally health and you stop people from making macaroni pie and eating rice? What kind of health program you have?
Yeah, but you can't even have the money to buy the macaroni.
Only $2 with sugar? No, when you go to the doctor, they stop you from eating pie, rice, all kind of different starchy food, sweet food. You understand? So tell Mr. Deacon, Grenadian people is stupid. And we have enough intelligence around the NMP people. You can't fool us. We open your eye and we're listening and we're watching. But we're waiting for all you. All you come some fooling us. But anything all you could fool us anything. All you fail big time. Have a good day, my people.
Bless. That call our break it down.
Yeah, man. Loud and clear.
Simple. Things gone up.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
That person close to the radio, you
Yeah. Walk away from the radio a bit.
I already done. Sorry for that.
That's okay.
Have you all seen the prices in gasoline, diesel, and kerosene?
No, tell us.
Oh. I would like to say hats off to the new administration for the dropping of the gasoline from $13.13 a gallon, old price to the new price $11.90. Also, the 100-pound cylinder, they had dropped the price from $321.20 to $283.50. I think that's a good move. And it's Christmas. It shows that this doesn't care about the people because you need gasoline in almost everything you do.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
What's about the 600 who lose their work? They care about them too?
About who?
The 600 people that are working, those faith organizations, CJs,
I find it's more like
and wardens and things. They care about them too?
I don't have pastor.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Anyway, have a nice day.
Mm-hmm. So, gas low and food expensive. So, what's the balance now?
Yeah.
We go eat the gas.
You go eat the gas.
Yes.
Everybody in Grenada don't have a vehicle, but everybody has to eat.
We have an next caller. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
We're not too bad.
Hey, bro.
Hey, bro.
What news you have for us today?
We could jump high, we could jump low. The only remedy for this thing, next year, please God, have some demonstration for this government to come out here. That's the only problem. You could say what you want about money and this and that. That will hurt in them. All we have to do, the Grenadian people, next year, please God, very early, we have to give them some demonstration for them to come out here.
We have to move on the road on the asphalt.
Yes, must.
We have to blame it on the asphalt. Is the asphalt?
We must do that. Because if we're talking about what they do and what the price they putting up and price they putting down, that can help us. All we have to do, we have to get them out quick as possible.
Call them out.
Yeah.
Send them out.
Yes. Quick as possible. Okay.
All right, take care, brother.
But
4420-175.
the caller speak about gas.
Yeah.
But you're talking about the freight. The effect of the freight. Caller, just the effect of the freight. You should check on that one too.
You want to take it or you
Yeah,
want
let
to?
me take it.
All right. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. The caller who called about the gas, I want you to tell him that the gas price dropped all over the world, not Grenada alone. So Deacon Mitchell didn't drop gas price.
He know that.
You know that already?
Yeah, it dropped all over the world. Not Deacon that dropped it. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Bless.
It's a good program. Very good.
Thank you and keep listening. You hear, Igwe?
I tell you,
Caller,
the
the
people
people
straight
say
in.
all over the world gas price drop. So Deacon Mitchell drop gas price for all countries.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. The lady's right because this morning I was watching on Fox News in America and they talk about the gas. You understand? And that man is a retiree from England or America, wherever he was. So he could talk so. He don't care about poor people. When he ready, he call Shaggy. When he ready, he call the other man radio station. When he ready, he call on your station. He don't care what poor people who eat and who don't eat. Because he's a retiree. He wasn't there in Grenada. He didn't there in Grenada when Keith Mitchell's government was working hard to build Grenada. He enjoying it now. He enjoying it now, that man. Yeah, hypocrite. You was in England or in America. You was not here when they was building that road up here. When they was building road all over Grenada. In all the different parishes. You wasn't here. You going and come, but now you're on your retirement. So you come talking about things. All the praises have to go to the NNC government, Mr. Keith Claudius Mitchell walked here and his colleagues. They walked. I was in America when I come back, I go to Keith. And look where he is today. I block and figure me out. He did it. We had a truck. We had a truck in that place here. And big stone. And one day I see him and I call him and I speak to him. And he said, don't worry, you'll get your road. The next day, Ronnie was driving a bus to Guava and he said, Mr. Me, look, I see they bring a big yellow thing up there. And they come and they dig out the road. And they got big stone. And we have road now going right up the hill where the Chinese houses. Right from Grenada, Keith Mitchell government have houses from the Chinese and them. You hear what I'm telling you, sir? And you must meet me face to face. I can't see you on the radio. You must meet me face to face at the terminal. And I could point out. I remember when they was building the terminal. They said it, they go wash down and end up in Granada. Every Grenadian making $1 on the terminal. You have people that not renting, but they come in with their food, they come in with their salad juice, and they walk in front, make their money there under the NNC government. We must stop this hypocrisy. God is good.
All right, thanks, Camps.
God is good. I just get sick first of all when some people call and talk stupidness.
I know.
Because they don't live in Grenada all their years. They live and go. They live and they go. And they come back and my nephew, when he came back, he didn't even, he born on bread and milk with it. And he didn't know where he was. I just stop that and stop this hypocrisy. Because I'm not already going to church this morning. Stop it.
All right, Camps, thanks. Thanks, Camps. Don't get vexed. Don't get vexed.
Camps.
Is she there still? Or she go?
Nah, she go.
All right, we have a next one on the WhatsApp. Been holding on for a while. Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Just want to congratulate all you on the program. Great program.
Thank you. Thank you.
And the caller that spoke about the gas. How many poor people, a poor person, that's working, the people that in the road work, could buy a large 100-pound cylinder. It's how much persons that could buy a 100-pound cylinder. Some people catching their backside to buy the small one, just to get a large 100-pound cylinder. And I guess everybody know me and know what I support. I just want to send a message to Jay Wonder. I'm sure he's listening.
Go ahead.
Give Grenadians a chance. I mean, we good. And Jay Wonder good. But he must give Grenadians a chance to mourn their feelings. And stop coming and ball you giving fire and talking about the government. Jay Wonder, you don't live here. You don't know what is going on in the country. What is here. Stop it. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Am I live on the program?
Yes, you are.
Some facts I want to give the caller that he called about 2 callers before that talk about the lowering of the gas price.
Yeah, go right there. Yeah.
Something I want him to pay attention to coming up in the next couple of weeks or days, a statutory body that it was branded about all of the campaign, and even after the campaign was called in, the management, the new manager called in the union on Friday and proposing the only way forward for this company is to send home 40 to 45 workers. And he wanted to do that from month 10 coming. So this is something that we need to pay attention for and let the caller know all of that. So when they say nobody will be sent, I'm talking about this is a permanent statutory body in Grenada. Stay tuned for that information, very, very soon coming out and to be exposed. Thank you, gentlemen.
No problem.
Have a blessed day, caller.
Wow. I have one on the WhatsApp.
Let me take some calls.
Hello? Good afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah, how's it going, man?
We good.
Yeah, man, I've been listening to your program for a minute, and I think you all need to have a more open discussion. It's like y'all having one-sided comments. That doesn't make any sense.
That's your view.
You know, nothing is as one-sided as that. There are good and bad in everything. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think y'all need to just be. It sounds like y'all having a propaganda program, and that's not right.
All right, caller. Thank you.
They appoint that caller, George.
Your team, man. Pig get hit.
Everyone is entitled to their view, caller. Just so you're entitled to your view by saying it's a propaganda program, just so the people who call and hear entitled to their view. Leave and let leave.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, brother.
Who called this man a call and talk about propaganda program? You listen to Kim Jones?
We don't give this fella forward on the station. Eh?
Okay. Right.
Don't call people name.
Yeah. Okay. He don't understand what really going on.
Because when the goat get among the dogs, shopping it does happen. And you don't know no goat either.
Okay. Then you is the one who gives us the information. Everything what's going on.
They don't want that happen.
So we have to learn all teaching us what's going on. And the thing is about it, you are playing the clip.
That's what they
so
can
we know
take.
Exactly
that's what they can take.
All of that.
The clips is like the hard copies.
Mr. Deacon Mitchell clips line. All what statements he make and all the playing to about between
But if we didn't have that clip, they would have say we lying.
You understand? And the next man who call on the gas, I'm talking about gas. Check what kind of gas price I drop, the 100-pound cylinder. How much poor people buying a 100-pound cylinder? Tell this man, keep himself quiet. And listen to, we that suffering, not him. We that feeling the pain. And we are in the heat. So we are getting burned. Then, first thing, when they talk, they don't understand what they do. We know what Dr. People tell us to do for this time, Christmas time. Poor people is to enjoy Christmas. What's about the people who they home, the yellow road walk? These are the people who had to buy the sugar and butter and eggs and food to make for their family. Now they home, you wondering if they could make a cake, if they could buy bread. come on, diaspora. I don't know what's going on with us in Grenada. The poor class people are suffering and the big shot enjoying. You understand? I have a blessing, wonderful program. We can't stop all you.
All right, bless.
I love the fact that the program agitating some people and making them call gates. Because I know they've been listening a while.
They're listening.
And they realize the facts are irrebuttable. The clips are irrebuttable in their own words. Let's take it.
Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi.
Let me just slow down the radio. You're here for 1 minute.
Listen us on the phone, man, not on the radio.
Yeah, that's what I say. I'm going to lower it down. And then the weed in the back. But let me just, the caller call and say the information is biased. And whatever they call and say. Anyhow, what is fact is that if there, the lowering of the gas price, it wouldn't affect every household. It's those who have vehicle, right? So if you don't have a vehicle, you would not benefit from the lowering of the gas price. But what is affecting everybody is putting tax on the sugar. What is factual is that every MP or whoever got a 24,000 a year salary increase. This is factual. The sugar tax on the poor man. The gas price don't have no effect on most of the poor people, of the poor persons in the country because you have to have a vehicle to get that benefit. The cylinder for the 40-pound cylinder or whatever still remain the same price. No. What is also factual is the fact that the Prime Minister and his entourage been traveling for the last 5 months, $100,000 every month or more, $500,000 plus in 5 months you spend. What is also alleged is that the Prime Minister is not staying in a residence that he could go and stay free of cost. He's taxing the government of Grenada thousands of dollars every month, paying rent to stay where he stays. If it's alleged, this one is alleged. This one has to be confirmed, but it's alleged. Thousands of dollars. They could never say Keith Mitchell been charging the government of Grenada money to rent anywhere. Wherever he stayed in his own residence or he stayed in Mount Royal or wherever they call the place. You hear me? So there's a lot of things that is factual. Nothing on this radio station that is being said is not factual. The propaganda machine is. They should go and see where the propaganda machine is. They in the diaspora send thousands of dollars to a festering sore. You hear me? A festering sore. This sore is going to explode. It's going to explode, you know, because it's going to backfire on them.
When he dogs me the goats, that what has happened.
When by January and February, those in the diaspora, I hope they have enough money to send for the people in Grenada. Because right now, only I went around in the business to some businesses in Grenville, and they're balling. They want to know what's going on. Because the thing's so slow and dead in Grenville. Keith Mitchell used to, this is factual. Dr. Mitchell used to give 6 fortnights every year from All Saints, come right back to Christmas. This government gives up 2 fortnights. Only 2 fortnights. And then they're saying how people have to graduate. Now, if everybody, they're talking about people shouldn't be cleaning the road. If everybody go to be lawyer and doctor, who is going to clean the road? There must be people to do that. Not everybody would be able to do pen and paper. So they have to
ask them who does graduate from farming. The same agriculture they're talking about. Ask them if what they will graduate to.
People must plant, they must clean the road, people must pick up the garbage. So you have to cater for people who can be a lawyer, a doctor. Anyway, I may call back. Have a good day.
All right, bless you.
Igwe, what I like, they listen a long time. And when they call the radio station, they can offer nothing to the discussion. Only to say about this utter nonsense. Call the station when you disagree and bring a conversation, bring points to say what we say is not what it is. Don't just come on with this rabbit hole thing about propaganda. You're weak. You fail. You don't have nothing to offer to the discussion.
Nothing at
but
all.
you're there fratting He's like one of the dogs among the goats.
All right, we give him a minute already. That is enough.
There we go.
Hello?
Pastor Carl,
Yeah.
they don't like the fact. They can't take it, and they can't take when people, Grenadians that live here, speak about Dr. Mitchell, of the goodness of him. They're there in America, not all the Grenadians.
Some of them, they up there washing wells.
Some of them, they get in the food stamp, they get in the Section 8 pay, right? And they're going in the
They go and collect food stuff every
and
week.
get the food stuff and back a barrel
Well,
and
it's not
send them
graduate.
to family.
Why did you
And
graduate
let
from
them
that?
Still they working. They don't working up there and come talking here and key on the radio station and talking about propaganda. I live there.
Kami, Kami, you know how Rasta man, when Rasta man throw one stone, he does bring bad feeling to all wicked men.
Talking about propaganda. Hey, Dr. Mitchell work for this country. You hear the lady say how much partner they should get two they get. You there up there.
I like seeing Peter by the gate and I'm waiting to burn them.
Upset. We must talk about him. We must.
They get hit.
And take that and cool it in America. Stay warm.
Actually. All right, thanks, Cavs. We have one more again on the WhatsApp.
Take it.
Hello?
Let the people out there say.
Yes. As we come to the Christmas season, I want the Grenadian people to ask themselves one question. Are they better off this Christmas than Christmas 2021? They need to think about that deeply.
Salient question.
Yes. Thank you, brother. That is a good one.
Gates.
Comedy.
You still have good people in this country, Gates. The people that used to work with CJs, Gates, I must say that before we take another call. Recognizing that the persons who work with them over the years and this government failure to pay, CJs has found some finance some way and has indicated to the people that used to work with them, they go get like a kakada for the holiday. Hats off to CJs. So when we're talking about persons taking credence, CJs take a bow. Because you're looking out for your people, unlike this government here. Because the government say they do giving you money, but CJs found it upon the self-ego to find some funds. So the persons who used to be working with CJs in the parliamentary office, small how it is, you'll have something to go by this holiday, Gates. And we must take a bow, CJs take a bow, hats off to you. And that is about love for people. So not this old talk about gas price go down. But the man with the gas price, one thing I want to say to him, Nuggets. Call back this station after the 18th of January and let's talk gas price. You want to talk gas price? I'm giving you the rest of this month, and the 18th of January, call back this radio station and let's discuss gas price. Call, I know you're still listening. Don't call back yet. Call back after the 18th of January. And we go discuss gas price and you go say the Prime Minister giving the gas price at that. I hope you don't forget what you say. Thanks to the Prime Minister. After the 18th, when the price go be what it will be, I want you to call back and say thanks for the Prime Minister for bringing up gas price.
Got to take a bus.
All you just pretend, always ask you why your head in the sand and I want to talk about propaganda. The facts caught in there, no Gates. It's like Judgment Morning at by the gate and are waiting to burn them. Gates, when they make a mistake, I go remind them. Let's take it.
Good afternoon.
Yes, let me just make this one point again. You're talking about the gas price go down, which means that they take out the $5.50 or whatever tax the government does take from the gas. But so how the country generating funds?
Don't worry, man. You didn't listen to the budget.
How the country generating funds? Right now, I want to know where they getting money from. Right now.
VAT on sugar on poor people, children.
VAT on the sugar and the
levy on electricity and water.
Yes, and the current. Yes.
And that they hope to make their money. And listen this.
Yes.
Listen this. This is important, and I want people to hear that. That is the words of the Prime Minister. Financing of the 2023 budget.
He's selling assets.
Other sources draw down from the Consolidated Revenue Fund and disposal of assets.
Yes.
What are the assets Grenada have to dispose of? I hear in Grenlec.
And he going and borrow $300 and how much $1 million?
Permission to borrow. The biggest borrow ever. So when we say, so when I say that they're talking about propaganda, I don't hear propaganda yet.
So how they collecting money now? I want to know. Why are they generating funds? Are they using all the money they have in the consolidated fund?
But listen this.
That done yet?
GDP. 9% they can press past that for payment of salary, you know.
Yes.
And with the payment of the retroactive, payment of pension have to follow, you know. Yes. They have to find an extra 10 million every month.
Right. So they take all the tax and the
You're
gas.
talking about bring down price of gas. We go here.
And everybody in Grenada.
And propaganda. I don't hear nothing yet.
And then at the end of the day, so no money don't come in the country really, because the freight, they say they take out on the freight.
And then they think freight, and listen what they're doing. They're granting an amnesty to people who owe the government next year, the business people. And they're still telling them, collect the VAT on the behalf and other taxes, all income tax and so on, and keep it for themselves.
Exactly.
And then put the pressure on poor people who are drinking sugar and so on. They cut the money budget. They cut the safety net program. They're mashing it up. And it's talking about attacking propaganda and things. I want them to call the station and come with facts. They only calling and making a rabbit hole comment about that. Call and come with facts. Let we have a discussion and a debate.
When they put the tax on the sugar, right? That tax money the business getting, but they're not going to pay it to the government because they get.
They tell them hold it.
How unfair this life is? That's unfair.
And when you say that they're talking about propaganda,
that's not propaganda. They give them amnesty. How much millions of dollars in tax amnesty? So my taxpayer money, they get to go on yacht and fet and have a good time.
And they could buy ticket for $400 and $500 to go in events.
How is that? What are you talking about? Tell them come good. Okay, later.
All right.
By the program reaching its
where you have to reach.
Yeah, its objective is being met. When people like that calling, and all they could offer it, you know, the kind of weak comment they don't offer nothing of substance. If it was me a call in a station and get, I'll call and say what? You say that, but X1 is why it's easy keys. You don't debunking nothing. You don't disagreeing with nothing. Call. If you have to go and get somebody to help you, do some papers and call it. I think it's so. The thing does go. I feel it's here. It was throwing pee and thing on people. No, that's all going on here. Facts were blazing. When Bingham and Pelter Stone Gates. Wicked man a red eye.
Yeah.
You have any call?
No, we're good for now.
Yeah, Gates, and that is the disposal of assets that is concerning to me. What assets we have to sell?
Well, the stadium. We'll sell the stadium. What you find?
Grenlec.
I know it's Grenlec, man. I just joking you. We have a call. Good afternoon. Hello. All right. We lost it.
And I read it from the body speech, you know, Gates.
Right.
So they can see and make it up, you know. Because financing of the budget is important. Yeah, let me take the call.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good day.
I heard one of the woman said that is 2 fortnight they get. Maybe the driver, the workers on them is 1 fortnight, 2 weeks. Right?
What you say?
Say that again. The driver is 1 fortnight?
No, I say maybe is the driver getting 2 fortnight.
Mm-hmm. Carl, let me break it down to you. The lady says it's only 2 fortnights they offer. You didn't have more than 2 fortnights.
Wait, listen what I'm saying. I'm saying what I know. So I've been walking by me. The people on them walk for...
Carla, how many fortnights did they offer for the Christmas?
Wait.
How much? No. That's what the lady say. Only 2 fortnights they offered for the Christmas. Don't say what she don't say.
I'm not saying, I'm telling you what I know.
So don't make reference to the lady. What the lady says, they only offer 2 fortnights for the Christmas. Is that a lie or is that true?
Wait, listen what I'm telling you, man. Listen. The people who work by me, is one fortnight, that is 2 weeks.
Okay, they get one fortnight, which is 2 weeks. You understand that?
I don't telling you what I don't know. One fortnight is 2 weeks they work for, and they let them go.
Okay, Colonel, it seems.
All right, thanks.
What do you think? We get your point.
What he's saying is the...
Yeah, it's one fortnight, but what the lady says, when NMP used to have 10 and 11 fortnights, this government only had 2 fortnight work.
All right, yeah. Your caller is back in.
Yeah, let's go.
Hello?
Yeah, boss. The point I was trying to make to you.
Don't try to make it.
Okay. Your format, it sounds like you're just propagating a point of view. What I'm trying to say, Grenadians need an open discussion to where they can understand the state of the country.
But why only this station you're calling and say that?
Hold on. No, I'm just trying, because I listen to your program all the time, and you all have you do not volatile job. What I'm saying is, have it in a format where people can understand. It's like you're just promoting NMP point of views. No one government has the solution to everything. You understand what I'm saying?
Caller, listen.
I'm trying to make you is,
listen to me. Let's have a civil discussion. The program is not an NNP program. The program is one. Listen. No. Listen to me.
That's what it sounds like.
Listen to me. I have an opinion of what is going on in this country. Anybody is free to call the station and bring forward a discussion or argument to debunk what I'm saying. If they believe I say something and it's not the truth or it is not the reality of the situation, they welcome to call in and say, hey, you said X, Y, and Z. Here is my parallel argument. And we could have a discussion. So if persons who like NNP, like my program, and they continue to call, I wouldn't stop them. But if persons who don't really support of NNP or even the program, or even what he said on the program, they welcome also to call and make the contribution.
Okay, all right. Now what I'm saying is, my point is, we've been going through this back and forth for years in Grenada. The point I'm trying to make is, let's have factual points where everybody knows what's going on in the country as a fact. Like you say, you present facts that Deacon said this, okay, let's present the facts instead of everybody's giving their opinion. That's the point I'm trying to make. Listen to this. The new government just came into power. To turn a oil tanker around in the ocean, it doesn't take 1 minute. It takes a while to make the whole circle and understand what's going on. You can navigate to get things on the right track. I understand people having a hard time, but it's all over the world. The prices are high all over the world.
That's what we're saying. So when they
y'all making it seem like
no.
Let me make my point. Let me make my point real quick. Y'all making it seem like the present government is the reason why prices are high. They don't have no control. It's a global economy. They don't have no control over that.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So whatever happens all over the world, it affects Grenada too. So don't make it seem like it's the government that causing the prices to be high. They're not. They don't have control over everything.
But listen, caller.
Grenada is a consumer. Hold on. Grenada is a consumer economy. We don't make anything anymore. So if the price is high in America, high in Canada, high in London, it's going to be high in Grenada because all we do is import stuff. So that's why you got to make the people understand. It's not the government of Grenada that causing the prices to be high.
But it's not. But caller, listen to me.
All right, caller, thanks.
No, I want to speak to the caller. Listen to me, caller.
I don't want y'all to say nothing wrong.
But when the government say they're responsible for lowering the price of gas, is that a fact?
Right, but I'm saying.
Well, hold on. When the government come and say that what the NNP couldn't do in 10 years, they do it in 2 months. Because what they saying in effect, your argument and I like it. What this present government saying, they turned around the tanker in the ocean in 5 months, and then people couldn't do it in 10 months. And we have those clips, but we have those clips playing in their words. So it's not propaganda, it's what they say. So when a man say, when a man say,
I'm not against this. Listen to me. I'm not against NMP. I'm not for NDC. I'm just a
you're being objective.
Trying to make Grenada better. Right. What I'm saying is, nothing that the government do here is independent of what NMP did. Programs that NMP had in the past is going to still be beneficial to Grenada right now.
Calm down, caller. Don't go up on a high horse. Calm yourself. We're having a discussion.
You understand what I'm saying?
We have different opinions, but calm down. You don't have to start to quarrel. Calm down.
No, the point I'm making is NMP programs will still be benefiting Grenada right now. Just like the things that the revolution did years ago. Grenada is still benefiting from it. So NDC can't take all the credit for what's going on, just like they can't take all the blame for it either.
Let me ask you one
That's the point
question.
I'm trying to make.
Let me ask you one question
go ahead.
before you go. When this present Prime Minister say no other Prime Minister has done nothing for Grenada, you agree?
Of course not. That's bullshit.
Ah.
What's my language?
All right, sorry.
Anyway, caller, keep calling and we could have some fruitful discussions.
All right,
I welcome
take
your calling.
Yeah. Time check for you guys. 18 minutes past 3 o'clock. We have one on the landline.
Let's take it.
Hello?
Good afternoon, KB. The calculators is greetings.
Bless.
Yeah. And don't get mad with me today. We are reasoning.
I'll never get mad with you.
Okay, because now the NMP was in office, in power, all Grenadians was happy. Everybody was happy. Everybody was rich people. Everybody had something. Everybody had a job. All road was good. All roads was good. Bella Road is. But as the NDC coming office, you know, that all roads get bad. All roads get bad all over Grenada. And did you get your pension and your gratuity? Hello?
Who you asking at me?
Yes, Mr. Clayton, because I know you was in the fourth, and if you get it, that I will so glad and happy for you.
Make your point. I like where you're going with that argument. Make your point.
Because the former Prime Minister, Dr. Kit Mitchell, he propaganda, he said that he will give the
You see, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
And he did not pay it, so are you
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I'll listen to you, but anytime you start to go down in a rabbit hole, I'll go correct you. When, hold on, you see, I don't like to listen facts. When did the court ruling come out for pension? What month?
You mean this year?
Yeah, when the court say pension should be paid.
I just can't remember, but any case.
But you can't remember, but you could remember what Kit Mitchell didn't do what?
Yes.
That's what I'm telling you. When all you come with facts. Listen, you talk enough, man. That's why you say I just fall out with you, because I just want all. You like Mr. One Tal.
Okay, I'll listen to
You
you.
what you understand about the payment that is being made or was made?
To like the police and and everybody.
Yeah.
Well, it was good.
Where that money come from to pay it?
Well, the money is in the church, and that's the people money, and they have right to get the money what was in the church inside there. Because
how long did this government take to collect the information to know who was eligible to pay and who had to get monies?
Well, everything go to
how long did it take? Because you seem to be talking a lot like you know.
They was to go all documents.
How long did it take? How long?
How long?
Yeah.
I cannot remember.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. You can't remember a lot of things, but you could remember what you want to remember.
Yeah,
but then again, that's your view. That's your view.
Yeah, but Kerry, how you do? You okay?
Keep it on the head.
Gates, don't help that man in the discussion now, Gates.
But in any case, I'm not gonna make a little hard day work in the field and thing, you know, so I just...
Continue planting and continue tilling the soil.
Planting up, man, no gonna pick some cocoa and thing, because cocoa farmers, that they buying cocoa Tuesday and Wednesday.
You must tell them more after, because the farmer say he doesn't know, but you just had the information. So you must call you and give the information when they buying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Call the program in the morning and see where you're going on.
Tuesday in Pointsville and Wednesday in Carrier Old Works.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Take care, have a blessed day.
And Wednesday in Carrier, and you have a blessed day too. And you must face the facts that Clayton. Face it.
I don't face the facts, I'm giving the facts. You are the one to accept it. You take inside.
You never let me cut that. Okay, when was in office, all things was rosy. Everything.
No, boy, stop that stupidness. Stop that stupidness. I thought everything get good now. I thought everything get good. I didn't know you have bad things still. Anyway, have a nice day. You had enough time on the program. You have other places you was called. Go and call and tell them.
All right, caller, thanks. Digo, let me take a short break and come back. It's really 91, folks. 22 minutes past 3 o'clock. We're walking it down to our last 30 minutes on the inside.
This is Urban Life.
You asking me what is wrong with Trinidad? You can't understand why things go on so bad. You find we so rich in human resources, and yet the country going to pieces. Well, let me tell you, my friend, where we went wrong. After Eric Williams' old car breakdown, we called in an AR, we ordered an X-Con, and installed a new driver. With 33 passengers from the party, we gave him a maxi taxi, fitted with mag wheels, tape deck, computer, air conditioned 8-cylinder. With posh new fittings, this maxi car arrived. Then it started to swerve and nosedive. It took a year for passengers to realize. They say the new driver cannot drive. Of the 33 chosen passengers, Ramnath Pandey, Humphrey and Sudama, they wouldn't let the poor driver drive in peace. They distracting him and wouldn't cease. While he driving, they hitting him some big cloud. So he stopped the maxi and put them out. And to discuss their fate.
On page 10, take your books out. On page 10 of the medium-term fiscal report framework 2023, that's a government document, Mr. Speaker, report that was laid before this honorable House, along with the estimate of revenue and expenditure, it indicated, and I quote, growth is expected as a medium-term. Listen to that. Growth is expected to decelerate in 2023. That's the government document that they gave us, unquote. While the Minister of Finance in his budget statement stated on page 6 of his budget statement, he said, the economy is expected to expand in 2023. Which one should I believe? Which one, Mr. I've given you several instances and I would ask a question at the end of it. We get one document with numbers, given by the officers, I assume, in the Ministry of Finance. And then the Prime Minister in his budget statement, I don't know, maybe for political reasons or somebody write the speech somewhere else. Mr. Speaker, did the Minister of Employment and Prime Minister not understand the economic numbers? Was it an attempt to deceive the people about the growth prospects of the country for 2023? Mr. Speaker, I know he's not a numbers man, but at least if you give a document saying one thing, it has to be consistent with statements that you make.
Yes, Igwe. Good afternoon.
Good evening, good evening. I'm listening to your program. I'm Clive here.
Clive, what going?
I did cool, I did. And I'm listening, and the last caller I've listened before I used my phone, and I wasn't getting to it. I guess we may have a long discussion on it. When the pandemic rose and going that lockdown and food prices was going up across the world, NNP was in office. Dr. Mitchell put things in place to ease the price for the poor and the vulnerable. When the electricity was going up, gas prices were going up across the globe. America was balling, we was balling. The government put things to ease the poor Where was that last caller? He was in a shelf. Where he was? Maybe he was in prison. He didn't know when the Grenadians was bawling for the government to take action, to do something, to ease. What this present government come and do? They come and they take out the 25% VAT, free, the cap on the electricity. They take out the fruit on the ports. So goods prices going up and up and up. And things are supposed to go up for next year. It doesn't have to go up yet, till next year, like alcohol and all that kind of thing, the sugar price and all these things will be going up more and more next year, right? You hear now how much our case against now 95 something, 100 based on where you go. Next year, they reach yet, you know. So next year now, you're going to have to pay about $7 and $8, $9 for Guinness, right?
$10.
The point what I'm trying to make it, where the caller was, no, you're trying to say, oh, that is not the government's fault, that is a worldwide crisis, this is a worldwide crisis. Why are you defending the government when the government taking from the poor and feed the rich? So you don't expect the poor going to ball when the last administration put things in place to ease the back on the poor. That is what he have to talk about. And he's trying to say, oh, he's trying to be one-sided. Nobody is trying to be one-sided. It's what the present administration is doing to the people, to the poor people. Is the poor man feeling it anyhow you check it out? The poor man. And what about those who are working now? You have to pay electricity next year. When it's going to go up more? We don't know. We're just speculating strongly that it will go up next year. Yeah, what the poor man is feeling it the most, and that is what the caller have to know. The caller have to know that was going on since under NNP time during the pandemic. Things was rising, but Dr. Mitchell and the administration then put things in place so the poor man, he could balance the poor man. He could balance the poor man. He could balance the poor. He could balance the rich. He could balance everybody. But now he take it out and he say, Grenlec losing money. So not the poor man losing, no. It's Grenlec losing. You take out the freight and the port because the businessman was losing money. No, look at the VAT amnesty. So the big businessman they was owing the government now. They don't supposed to pay the government now. So you let them have that. And when we the poor man have to pay the VAT, have to pay the VAT to the rich man and the rich man, so you're feeding. So is it a bribery now for the rich man? So when election come, you could go and beg them for a little campaign money? Is that what you're trying to do? Thank you, Carl. Just give me an answer.
All right, bless. Yes, Igwe.
The man make an important point there, Igwe. Mm-hmm. Now, the last budget, when the measures was putting on electricity and so on, remember the non-fuel charge is 25%. This government come and remove that non-fuel charges and add it to that the other levy upon you. So it's two charges. You lose what you used to get on it and then you add a charge onto it. And these are the issues that affect the ordinary man. So if you're not an ordinary man or you don't come that, you have to understand because NNP remove VAT on the first 500 kilowatts of electricity use. They remove the environmental levy on it as well and give a 25% discount on fuel charge. Now this government remove the non-fuel charge, the other levy, and then it will be 7.5% VAT on the electricity levy. So you understand how much money the ordinary man has to put towards that. Let's take that call.
Hello.
Hello, KB.
Afternoon.
Hi.
Good evening, Master Call.
How you doing?
I'm not doing good at all.
Tell me.
You see, I want to express some thought very clear. I listen to your program and I hear a lot of people making all kind of statements, which in my opinion, they don't understand how the process of government has been run. And they don't understand when you get into office, what is your role getting into government to govern Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique? A lot of people don't understand that. And people could boast and boast and boast. But I want to just take back these callers who were there before. when Gary came into Grenada and he saw the conditions that poor people was living under, the estate workers, he definitely take a drastic action to help these people on the estate and to remove the slavery that they was under. So as a result of that, Uncle Gary got famous and poor people gravitate to love him. And he gets into office because of what and how he dealt with people at the time. Now, we had similar situation that the revolution came, and after that, what happened? They gravitated to poor people again. They married the hand. Well, the only person that did land for the landless was Uncle Gary. Give him what is his. After that revolution come, land for everybody. Well, they had their issue, and it's no longer something to talk about much. What he did is good. Then we had the NNP, the original NNP, get into office. They did what they had to do. It was rural electrification, electricity and water to villages that would never dream of having water and electricity. It was done by Dr. Keith Mitchell under his portfolio. We come now that done. We came to our NDC government. They didn't know who is prime minister and who is not prime minister. They had issues. So they had to put somebody there to lead the party for a few years. Again, they could not put their hand on something to do anything for the poor people. They had infighting. That company done. Dr. Mitchell came back in. He decided, well, listen, we're going for the poor people. So he's the one that make room for poor people to understand. He's the one that helped poor people to develop. That's the only party in Grenada right now that caters to the poorest strata of our country. And no other government that come within or around that time has ever done anything to assist poor people in this country. When unemployment was almost 40% under the reign of NDC in 2008, which they had to sell assets to pay salaries in 2008 to 2012, the parliament had been closed down. People want to come now and talk about he can do this and he can do that. They can do nothing yet. If he's going to do, he has to start doing now after this budget. All what is there, all what took place in the past, that was there ready to be dealt with. And nobody no fooling nobody. We don't maligning anybody. We talking the truth, and the facts is the facts. You meet a treasury pregnant with money, so you could lavish. Instead of opening new avenues for people to create job for people, you start closing down some of the programs and cutting programs and cutting programs and cutting the bushing, cutting the house repair, cutting the bathroom and toilet program, and all kind of things start happening. More people on the sideline. I met a lady in Grenville. She took my number. She don't call me yet. Since June, she was under the sanitizing program. A caregiver, two of them, they said since June, they have not got paid yet. They went for 3 months after that, and I hear somebody call and say, in their opinion, I heard the Prime Minister in his opinion say, Grenada came back to normalcy in January, so there was no sanitization and so rubbish. I know these people
was there in the school because the opening up of the country back to normal didn't mean that there is no sanitization, no cleaning, because there was COVID and there is still COVID around. So when I hear this Prime Minister talking, Honorable Dick Mitchell, I must give him his title because he's the Prime Minister of our country. I say this man talking with somebody like somebody that did not have the logics or the know-how or the knowledge to know that when there is COVID, you have to keep your distance, you have to take measures, you have to deal with the issue surrounding it. Now people is talking about they can do this and the gas price do that and the other. When gas price going up and up again, come next year and you start going up, what will they say? What will they say? Gas price right now is low throughout the world. I have listed up. I have gone on in certain places, and I realize gas price is down. So I don't understand what people is calling and say they can bring down. No, rubbish. That's I with all due respect to you, I think some of us need to learn, and we need to understand when it comes to running a government. A government supposed to assist the poorest strata of our country. Like Uncle Gary, take from the rich and feed the poor. But you put it, you give the rich a space to breathe. You take the taxes from the people and you tell them they're not supposed to pay tax for a few months. That is a tax that's supposed to be paid rightly because it don't belong to these people. It don't belong to you collect the revenue. The government belongs to the government. That is the government tariff. Give them, but you cater into the big people. So the poor people paying the tax, and the government we coming back in a situation that we go have to borrow again to pay not only salaries this time, pension and gratuity and everything, This country, when I look at them, these countries, there will be hard time, tough time come 2023. Hard times will be hitting us here. More people will be losing their job, and more people will be sidelined, and more people will be hungry. And women too, now, it might cause a lot more prostitution in our country. So they better put their shop, the house in order now, and get people, create avenue to get people to work instead of look. A man called me to me, say, man, no. Ah, boy. He said he has not collect what he used to collect in the years gone by. That's what he said to me. I am saying to you, gentlemen and people listening public, sorry, we're going to feel the pressure. This government don't cater to poor people, and they only cater to the big man. And I am very, very disappointed that they start letting go and sending home people. Thank you very much.
All right, caller. Thanks for your incisive contribution to the program, Igwe.
Yes.
You have another call?
No, a school child said a comment for me. They want me to read it for you. Why is GrenLec the only entity that is in the middle of all of NDC economic discussions? Is it that this is the pretext to sell GrenLec again? And then he also went on to say, we know his connection with the owner of GrenLec. School children talking.
Well, the owner of GrenLec is the government of Grenada and people, So, he used to represent WRB at one time, but and that is called for concern, because when you have in the budget document saying disposal of assets, and we know GrenLec is an asset, sometimes it boggles the mind, Igwe.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. That last caller what called it. That caller talk a book.
Eh?
You need a medal.
You have to run for your medal?
Yes. You don't have to run again.
Get it already.
Get it already.
Yeah, get it already.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. A man has some files.
Yeah, that man has some files, but you don't want to release it for us, man.
Yeah, thing, but you don't see nothing. Time check, guys. 15 minutes on to the hour of 4 o'clock. It's Independent Talk and it's Sunday.
Let's take a short break.
Yeah, after this call. Hello?
What? Master Carl?
Hey.
That man that talked before the man speak a book, I feel happy.
So you could just go and publish now?
The man takes facts from Uncle Gary and keep me telling the poor people they take it for the rich. And oh God, oi! Sister, I love you. How you facts? How you history? Listen to the history. Hey! I feel happy, Grenadians. Home and abroad. And we are walking with you. Eh? And I cleaning me up this but Mister, you speak. And I know that when you steady on the heart, because they have a heart. Yes. Have a good evening. I'll call him back again.
All right,
and next evening.
All right, guys.
Yes, he said, get your history, get know your history.
All right.
You asking me what is wrong with Trinidad? You can't understand why things go on so bad. You find we so rich in human resources, and yet the country going to pieces. Well, let me tell you, my friend, where we went wrong. After Eric Williams' old car breakdown, we called in an AR, we ordered an extra, and installed a new driver. With 33 passengers from the party, we gave him a maxi taxi, fitted with McWheels to get computer, air conditioned 8-cylinder. With much new fittings, this maxi car arrived. Then it started to swerve and nosedive. It took a year for passengers to realize. They say the new driver.
Say, put everybody, put all the money on the permanent stuff. Put all nurses on the permanent. Put all, everybody, just put them because you're wicked if you don't do it. Yes, go in government. Go into government and do that and find out who's going to support you. Go, then you will find out and they'll say, I didn't understand and I did not know. That's why you have to come in to a training school first and learn before you become the hippie.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Hello? We lost it. 4420175 to get on the inside, folks. The Igwe hold the wheel.
You have to come in, they have to go in training school, Igwe.
Yeah.
Because when they present the budget and everybody make noise about the eloquence in presenting it, when we start to strip down the budget, first of all, we saw the inconsistency with the numbers. When we look at the programs, we saw nothing for the lower strata people. And even the fact that the measures out there, when we look at how the budget will be financed, it's dodgy because you place a lot of emphasis on CBI. And it is not a guarantee that you go sell the amount of passport you hope to do. The disposal of assets raise the eyebrow, could burn like be on the chopping block. So there are a lot of issues that concerns and is concerning to the people of this country. And it's bothering us, so we have to speak off we must speak of those issues, irrespective of how some view it, because in a country, in a democracy, everybody that would not agree on the same thing. And even when NNP, parliamentary representative, go to parliament and say, okay, well, once something is good for the country, we go support it. You hear all kind of stories of that people are ready to turn and they sitting on the fence and all them kind of thing in them. Because of the lack of institutional knowledge and because for all the years, the National Democratic Congress only duty was to oppose, but the NNP showing them what, well, we for nation building in. And everything good and it go benefit the country. We go be part of it. Oh, them people are them ready to turn, come over and all kind of nonsense. And that is the irresponsibility. They are being very irresponsible. But as it go, as we say, the proof of the pudding is in the eating, so how the budget will relate to the year. That would be the thing, Igwe. Mm-hmm. We have anybody on?
No.
Okay. And that is why we keep saying here, it is not about hate for any person. It's about giving constructive criticism. And the government need constructive criticism and hold them honest to some of the promises they make and some of the things they ought to do. So when we come here and we speak of them, we don't come here for people to take it in poor taste or bad thing. Hatred is not our word gate. We never subscribe to that. Mm-hmm. But we have views, we have varying views or parallel views or opposing views in many cases. So all we ask, let us be heard. And then you take from it and then you take from what you have. If you have to cut here and paste here and make the thing something that every citizen in this country would benefit from. But we have it now, the measures in the budget is not benefiting the ordinary man. And that is facts. This when you go through the cut in allocations, in a lot of ways, the social safety net program. And we always say the social safety net or social stability is the linchpin or what creates or give the crime. Because when a man do have to feel he only have to do illegal things so on, crime goes down. When you put a man in a situation when that the only how he could live, crime will increase. And we've seen recently
it must increase.
That. And we speak on that, so it's not about hating and so on. Yes, we also politically we're not on the same page. However, you the Prime Minister of the country, and when you make decision, if it does not go well, it go affect the country, we in right to say so. And we will continue to speak on those issues as it relates to issues of the country, because we're still going, that is still my constituency. Real FM is my parliament. The people make me the spokesman, Gates, and we speak the issues of the people. And at the same time, the Ancient of Days blesses me. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, Gates, I fear no evil. And we want the Prime Minister to stop practice leadership by avoidance. When it's something noteworthy, he wants to be there. When it's something not granular and shining, he moves. He does things and he travel too much, like a travel king. And why, based on information, to suggest so it is alleged that you're not in the house, so designed and designated for the head of the Prime Minister?
You don't stay in
you
the
see
White
in
House?
some place where well, information says, I don't know, it is alleged that so you living in some place where $2,000 US, I think, for rent or some kind of thing of the sort. I don't know. I don't have all the information, but I'll seek to get into it. And when we have our next program, think about it, so we want to know. Yes, scholar.
Yeah, well, I agree. One thing I could say about this program, the Sunny program, and all program that take place on that station, that program, on Wednesday program, other station, other program, even separate program, they speak facts. They speak about what of the injustice that is taking place in the country, with especially with the poor class of people. They speak it, and even them who call in and criticize it, they know what you're saying is true, right? It's true, but those times they defend something that they know what the government doing is wrong, right? So if you say you care a lot of people, right, You supposed to say to the government, the MSA government, we are all Grenadians. Every hungry must have to be fed. And taking out the bread and butter from the poor class of people mouth. We're taking it from the table and giving it to a man, the people who have, and they know where the next meal is coming from. How could you sit down and digest that? How could you sit down and feel happy about that? Because when people call, they call and speak about the injustice that's going on. And everyone wants to see any government in Grenada succeed. Right? And how does it succeed? And it will come when you treat people the way you should treat people. You cannot want to treat people if they are more important than other people. Everybody important. The workers that were picking up garbage by the road, they're important. Those who walking, this is the smallest work, they're getting less money, they're important. They're important. So then you have to treat everyone as human beings. You can't treat some as human beings and some like if they're not human beings. Right? And we, as the caller was saying, Gary, when Gary come and be in the government, is party. Gary start working for the poor class of people. Come, Kit again, the poor class of people. Because when you come into government and you have the care and love for people, your task is going to be easy and always portray that. As Master Kali, you know something like when you're outside there, as you might not be a Christian person, when you have the urge to do wickedness. When you accept Christ as the Lord and Savior, you want to take away. You don't take it, you live with the urge. So you see an urge that you have to do wickedness. You live with that urge, but you change around that urge now. The urge to go out in the highway and byway, right? And win souls and to speak the goodness of God. When you don't have it, what happens? You'll always be on the negative side. So, Master Carl, I want to say to the Grenadian people, let us speak about injustice. We can't stay quiet. Because when Sunday rich, we may have put it over the table. What about our neighbors put anything to eat? What about them? So, I have a blessing.
All right.
Blessed day to the callers, Gates. And the time check is 15:55. Gates.
5 minutes to 5 minutes. I got distracted by the phone.
Yeah, we have any call online again?
No, we don't. Closing statements.
Well, basically, Gates, I just need to tell the listeners of this particular program, I appreciate you calling and giving your comments. And even to those who does not call in but meet me in my travels up and down the country and give me words of encouragement.
Our last caller punched in. You want to take it?
Yes, I will take it.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Carl.
How you doing?
I am there, Mr. Carl.
You calling me Mr.
But you're not a Mister?
But I'm a student of yours, so you can call a student Mister.
Yes.
Call a student by name.
I find that I had a comment on that with what Mr. Andal said in the budget. That he went through the whole of St. Patrick. And he passed in a place they call Mount Alexander. There is about 5 families living there. And they don't have a road to go to their home. They have to pass across a river to go home. So I said, well, that is very good, because if you go past the whole of St. Patrick's and you get the road right wrong, if you don't get a little piece like that, you tell us on the radio, you find that is right?
Yeah, well, the question is, what will he do about that?
He say give them a bridge. I don't know who give him a bridge. I don't know if it's some Chinese thing, I don't know, but give them a bridge so they could go to their home. But I want to believe that maybe there is a long road to pass to go there.
And that's a shortcut.
And they prefer to use the shortcut. And the other point he said, he went through Davie, and Davie said, all they want is a community center and something else. They don't want nothing else. So that means Davie was well fortified.
I mean, the past government did well.
Well, that's what I'm telling you. So I don't know how, if I was him, I wasn't going to say that. You understand me? Because things good with that people and them right now.
Yeah.
And, well, I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
We wish you the same too.
Well, happy holidays,
And I wish
my
that,
teacher.
I wish that me and Annalyn sit down and go on place together, you know. I wish that you was coming for what is the year 2023, things will be a little better with us because a lot of people balling, but they don't want people to hear they balling.
Well, let me their mouth closed.
Some people, they're real feeling it, and I think we have to extend a hand to some of these people and them.
So those of us who have around the holiday time, let us not forget those who don't have.
I believe that, you know, because it's a call you easy outside there.
No, it don't easy out there, man.
And the
Poor
price,
people children out there catching in.
every day we go in a shop, the price going up, you know.
The price going up on the poor man back.
What I don't understand is with our price control officer or nothing, you know, Mr.
And there is not much in the budget to address that or to fix it. And that's the sad part of the budget.
That is the sad part of
All the
it.
talk about the budget and how well and best budget, when you strip it bare, you don't have nothing for the ordinary man.
No.
Other than some to pay levy. Because listen, they take all the 25% non-fuel charge on electricity. And they might charge you maybe about 7.5% VAT plus the levy on electricity. So the poor man, so they're talking about gas go down. How much people have to pay electricity bill and have to buy gas for car? It's far less. So this thing has nothing to help poor people, children.
I don't find mine go down.
But you wouldn't go down because and then the levy don't come yet. So when the levy comes, it's more you have to pay.
Yeah, so we have to see what we can do quick, you know, Mr. Kala. I don't know who could
Yeah,
help us.
man.
People balling outside there. No?
Yeah, but let me tell you something. When the children of Israel went to the ancient days and tell them they want a king, he tell them I'll give you a king, but with the king I'll give you something for you to learn. So right now the Grenada people getting things for them to learn because they are play to forget.
No, Mr. Kala, as bad as that now, we have to go down on our knees, you know, because it's very bad, you know.
Yeah, man. So
Have
take
nice
care, have a blessed weekend and be safe on the holidays.
Well, yes, Mr.
All right, well, take care. One love all to all. Okay.
Okay then, right.
All right, guys, we out till next Sunday. You go there next Sunday? Or
No, next year, boy.
Next year. So that's the last program for the year. Yeah. All right. So Matthew Bowen, we're not gonna be on next Sunday. We're gonna be on for the next year. So next Sunday, you know, is a cool out segment.
Yeah.
4 o'clock, folks. We out. Have a blessed holiday.
Eric Williams' old car break down. We call
Happy holidays from your favorite radio station, Real